For the first time since Bitcoin has put in its all-time highs at $74,000, it has closed above its Monday's high, signaling perhaps an early indication of a major macro reversal as we get into this one. I do believe that there still are some more important things to be aware of on the greater time frame, but this is playing in with the general analysis that we've been having on this channel that around mid-May, if you don't see any pushes lower, it's going to start to favor the BULA. So let's get into it right now, starting off with the content of the day. Bitcoin trades back above the Monday high, closing just under $66,000. And what do you know? Bitcoin might be having that dreaded, no, that very hotly contested higher low. As everyone knows, it is that beautiful sound. I think there was even a song about it one day by, I think, Whitney Houston. Was it Whitney Houston? It was something like, bring me that higher low. You got to be fucking excited about it, or at least I got to be fucking excited about it, because this market's been boring as hell. So we can get excited about very, very small things. Bring me that higher low. Bring me that higher low. Anyways, so what I've done here is I've marked off with all of these red horizontal bars the Monday high for that week, obviously. And as you can see, throughout each and every Monday, the week that follows does not close above that Monday wick high ever since Bitcoin has put in the all-time high at, what was it, March the 14th. We can start off with this first one right in over here, Monday the 18th of March. And again, you know, there's your high for the next week until basically the next Monday. Bitcoin trades well below that number, obviously closing well below that number the whole time. Same thing over here, Monday high. Yes, it trades into that high a few more times. Wicks above it are fine, but no closures above it until when? The Monday right here. Trades a little bit above it. And then same thing, going all the way through till the next Monday. Monday closes actually above that prior Monday high. That's fine, but the whole week before that did not close well below. And same thing, this one obviously marking off that next major high, in fact. And then you get the same thing over here, Monday the 15th of April, Monday the 22nd of April, again trading all the way below. Same thing over here, same thing over here, until the middle of May, of which Monday obviously put in a high at 63,500. And on yesterday, Wednesday, Bitcoin didn't just trade above that high, it closed well above that high. So is this an early indication of the overall trend shifting? Yeah, I do believe so, because we've had very, very strong statistics throughout the past couple months here since Bitcoin has put in those highs with the order of days and how things have been working, essentially with Monday marking off the wick high of the week, Tuesday typically being a pullback reversal day, Wednesday being kind of around the low of the week, and then Thursday bouncing. So going into it over here, we should be aware these statistics for Thursday, as these have been working really, really well. But I will at the outset say that because now we have a change in behavior, an identifiable and objective change in behavior, I don't know if this is going to be working as well as it has been. So Thursday, since Bitcoin has put in the all-time highs, has seen majoritarily upside days, upside positive closing days, with 6 out of the past 8 ones closing up and only 2 closing down. So again, prior to Bitcoin putting in the all-time high, Thursday was actually traditionally one of the most likely days to close negatively. So maybe we see that take over yet again. Anyways, of course, once we get into the Friday, you know, that one has been historically down since Bitcoin has put in the all-time highs. And by the way, I'm switching around here a lot between before the all-time highs and after the all-time highs. Please try to follow if I'm not making that as clear as possible, because it might get a little bit confusing also for myself as well. Anyways, yeah, so, you know, do we see these now start to reverse here as we do see a change in behavior? I think that is a legitimate question, and I would say that if today does close down or negatively from open to closure, so just basically anywhere below 66,250, okay, you know, maybe we do see, you know, I actually would start to be leaning back towards that, but that would be an overall indication that the general upside cycle continues from here. Anyways, the big area for me is and has been, of course, the weekly trend wave pivot, which is 67,500. So while Bitcoin, is traded actually very close to that number thus far, that is still the big one for me to, if Bitcoin were to get over it, to essentially say, hey, not only is this just a highly probable low area for Bitcoin, around 60,000 bucks, it is now confirmed, and you should be getting ready for, moves back up towards 70,000 plus. I'm sure that there's a bunch of herp and derp appreciators out there who are probably already calling out the left derp. Oh damn it, this chart's already too convoluted. Let me find a new one. Yeah, we can go with this one right here. The left derp, the right derp, and the head derp right here. For the for the inverted herp and derp. I don't think it's actually going to play out like this. But hey, at the end of the day, my opinion is not necessary. It's just funny that I haven't seen the pattern players call this one out just yet. Me myself not being one, but in this case, is it in there? Sure. Above 67,500, I would say that actually is confirmed, and there is an implied move actually towards 78,500. Obviously, that wouldn't happen all in one day, but that would be kind of the general trajectory, again, upon higher term timeframe closures above 67,500. Until then, I would actually signal major caution at 67,500, or anywhere below 67,500, which is kind of where Bitcoin's at right now, is if there is going to be a trap, this is exactly where it would come from, right on a slightly lower high, in terms of importance of lower highs. This would still be, kind of like the kill zone as far as I'm concerned. So if you are bearish, this would kind of be a perfect setup right here, I suppose. But you'd obviously need to see today top out and then tomorrow continue with a reversal back onto the downside. Basically anywhere back down below 63,500, sort of the breakout point for this current rally is where I'd say, hey, this is no longer in favor of the Bulas. This is heavily in favor of the Barras. But for right now, kind of ride that momentum, maybe get ready for that next higher low. And what else do we have? Yeah. I also want to call back to this chart over here. It's been slow. Yeah, it's been dull and boring, but at the end of the day, it has been working incredibly well, or it still is working, I should say. And that is the Bitcoin production cost fundamental chart. Basically, this channel, the bottom end of this channel, is represented the basement price for Bitcoin based off of the lowest production cost for Bitcoin throughout the history of Bitcoin. And just kind of summarize it in a few sentences. Basically, Bitcoin very rarely, if ever, trades below it, and certainly does not have any consecutive closures below it for any prolonged period of time on a higher term time frame closing basis. And this bottom end of this channel is currently just around 60,000 bucks. So, with Bitcoin dipping down around there over these past couple of weeks, with down below there as well, completely fine. That likely was an opportunity long term. Again, if we're looking at this probably like six to 12 months down the road, very likely this is a value area here. Doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to, green dildo its way exactly to the moons from this exact moment. Anyways, let's see. What else do we have? Okay, so yeah, we got that. Back on over here, I did want to follow up on this trend line regression for the 2-day time frame on CME. We do see that the 2-day time frame stochastic momentum continues to the upside. Again, as long as Bitcoin is closing below 60,450. I think that this one just updated, last night, so that it's a new closing price. Obviously, I do think that there'd be more preliminary areas that would let you know that things are, not working out as intended if that were to occur. Again, below 63,500, I would have severe questions about this current rally. But for right now, daily and 2-day time frame, stochastic momentum favors the upside. The daily also breaking this sort of downside regression coming in from the last few highs, and does remain with upside momentum as long as Bitcoin's above 62,450 basically. So these things, could bleed into the 5-day, which would be the next big one for me. As of right now, for CME, the momentum remains to the downside as long as Bitcoin's below 71,220, but that is going to close tonight. And on the next opening, we're going to have, hopefully, for the Bulaw's sake, a number that is much closer to current price action, perhaps in the $66,000 region. Where am I getting that number from? Well, if we go over here to spot price action, which is already closed one, a 5-day that is, a couple days ago, and updated, we actually do see that its current pivot is at 66,550 with volatility at extreme lows right now. So this is going to potentially going to switch into an upside setup. I would really wait for CME to update right here. If that number comes down to kind of where price action is currently at right now for tonight's closure, that would be another significant domino or significant puzzle piece in the overall potential bullish puzzle that Bitcoin is kind of creating right here. So if that were to happen, if you see that basically on tonight's closure, yeah, I'd say that that's going to greatly increase the probability that we do see, this $60,000 tick over here basically as the next major macro high or low. I don't necessarily suggest that Bitcoin's going to, again, green dildo its way exactly to the heavens from this exact moment, but generally sideways and up would be the next sort of idea throughout the rest of May. So a lot's going to basically hinge upon tonight's closure. So we will see where that comes in around, obviously, by tomorrow's video. Anyways, I think we're getting a little bit into the weeds in this video. Getting some comments recently. Use too many indicators, man. Can you just simplify this shit? It's like, maybe I use them because I find value in them. Crazy fucking idea. Can you just use less? Like, I don't know. I mean, I can when I trade, obviously, but this is general YouTube bullshit analysis. So at the end of the day, need to be looking at it from a few different angles, I do suspect. But yeah, basically to summarize this video, a little bit more conjecture on this one. In the near term, we do have indications that Bitcoin is reversing the overall trend. We have something different going on for the first time since Bitcoin is putting its all-time highs, with Bitcoin closing Monday or above Monday's high, rather severely, I should say, as well. And what else? I mean, we do have a few other things in the background that could be confirmed as of tonight. That would greatly increase the likelihood that Bitcoin does continue upwards and onwards here, probably deep into the $70,000 territory if that does play out in early summer here. So yeah, that's all well and good. If you're bullish, I suppose. If you're bearish, get your bungholes ready. But again, below 63.5, I would say, yeah, this is fucked. For another return back down to 60 or probably below 60. But yeah, that's going to do it for me right now. I should once again let you know that you can get the MetaSignals fucking spoon signal service for free. Just have a little spoon fed into your mouth and I don't know, choke on it like a damn bird, like a helpless little bird. Do you even know what the fuck I'm talking about? Probably not. There's a link in the description below. You get 14 days for free if you want to continue on with it. There is a discount code for you as well with all capitals in Krown, spelled with a K. And yeah, that will do it for me as of right now. As always, I want to wish you the best bets. Take care, much love, and bring me that higher low.